Nobody sees the tangled cables, no one sees the dust and grime, no one sees the wonky tables or the time spent wasting time, no one sees the junk building box or the overflowing bin, or the time procrastinating or the plates that failed to spin. Nobody sees the indecision, no one sees the triple takes, or the doubt and pessimism, or the constant pains and aches. No one sees the sheer frustration, no one sees the flapping hands, or the random bursts of swearing, or the jokes that failed to land. Nobody knows about the half-drunk mugs of tea, or the stained undironed clothes, or other various embarrassments that one will not disclose. Nobody knows. What ho, folks, Thomas Benjamin Wilde, Esquire, back with the next instalment of my Song a Week project. So the song inspired by looking at other people's lives online and thinking that they're having far better time than I am. And not taking into account all of the curating of life and career that we all spend time doing, which I do myself. I only show people the good bits. But for some reason, it's very difficult to accept that other people are doing exactly the same thing. So that was what inspired this song, really. I played that on my Flight Soprano Ukulele. If you're interested in this instrument, it's a lovely, lovely instrument. You can find details of that in the description below. So there we go. That's this week's song. There were lots of lovely comments on the last video. Lots of people telling me about their experiences of hay fever and allergies, which was interesting to see. And a few questions as well, which I'm going to now answer. So first off, ToeJam3558 says, my question is, why is your music so good? Thank you very much. I don't know that it necessarily is, but I'll take that. I can't really explain why my music's so excellent. Practice and writing from experience, I guess. Lots of people also giving me ideas on things that I should have put on t-shirts. Mia Hess Music says, love the idea of stop being an arsehole. Do you have one that say, I've no more fucks to give? I do, actually. It's available on my website, or through my Dizzy Jam's probably the best place to get it, because my website doesn't have any t-shirts stocked up on at the moment, because I'm taking them all out to shows. Pierce554 says, if you only have to design a t-shirt to sell it online, and I thought it was I thought this was satire is surely a must. I think that'd be a great one, actually. Or maybe even, do you think this is satire? It'd be a great thing to have on a t-shirt. I thought this was satire. I'll keep that in mind. And also asks, do you ever gig anywhere further north than York? I do, actually. I've got something planned coming up in Newcastle, potentially in October. So more information you'll be able to find about that closer to the time. Other suggestions, Grey Mouse 451 for t-shirts, Living in Sin, I Don't Want Kids. So there is an I Don't Want Kids one currently. The badges just arrived for that the other day. So if you're interested in that, head over to my website. But the t-shirts were printed. I've run out of them. But I'll get them up on the Dizzy Jam site soon as well. Matthew Henthorne 3343 says, a vest with It's Too Bloody Hot would be brilliant and would sell like wildfire in a few months. I think that's a very good idea, actually. I may very well do that. So lastly, this one kind of hit me hard when I first read it. So I thought I'd address it. Gabe O'Verse says, dude, why are your songs always so negative? Now, I read this question and my immediate response was to go, they're not at all. And then I broached it with my partner, Sarah, who said, well, yeah, you're a miserable bastard. So, and then I went through all of the songs that I've written, and yeah, proportionately, if I kind of look at kind of the proportionate ones that are positive and negative, there are far more negative ones. So I apologise for that. I try and make them humorous, and I try and look at life through an honest lens. But maybe I need more positive songs. Let me know in the comments, folks, whether you think my songs are too negative. I'd not really thought about it before, but maybe I'm just a cantankerous old bastard. I don't know. Anyway, that's all of the questions answered now. Just to remind you about the shows that I've got coming up over the next couple of months. Not going to tell you about tomorrow night because I've filmed this already, and so you won't be able to come along. On the 17th of May, I will be in Tunbridge Wells at the Green Duck event space doing a solo show there. And the next day, on the 18th, I'll be at Stoneleigh in Surrey for the Surrey Steampunk Convivial. On the 1st of June, myself and my band, the Fancy Chaps, will be at the Great Estate Festival in Redruth. On the 12th of June, Tom Carradine and myself will be doing our Two Tom show at Hootenanny in Brixton in London, which should be a really good fun one. And then that weekend, on the 15th of June, I'll be at Parafest in North Wales, a festival you can fly at, you see. I have high expectations for what kind of flying is going to be going on there. But there'll be lots of paragliding and things like that, I think. I will not be doing any of that. And then just announced on the 7th of July, I'll be in Sheffield at the Dorothy Pax again. It'll be an afternoon show, a Sunday afternoon show with Chris Taverner. We've played there a few times before. Always a lovely show, that one. And then on the 20th of July, I'll be at Bedfringe with the Fancy Chaps, playing at the Bedfringe Festival in the garden of the Quarry Theatre in Bedford. It's a pay what you can show for that one. You can find details of that through my website. And in fact, I'll post a link for all of those shows underneath the video. So that about rounds it up for this week, folks. It'd be lovely to see you out and about at one of the shows at some point. Make sure you keep your questions coming in the comments below the video. I will try and answer any questions that are put to me. Generally, I'll like all the comments, but if you've got a question, I will try and answer it in next week's video. But until then, stay safe, and until next time, toodle pip.